now on CBS 12 News this morning, the results are in for the AstraZeneca vaccine. Just how effective it is against COVID, and what about those concerns over increased risk of blood clots?
Vaccine eligibility continuing to grow across our state. So who is now in line to get a shot, and why even if you're eligible, you'll still have a hard time booking an appointment?
Sometimes children are just not there.
Local teacher going off only on CBS 12 News this morning about what she says standardized testing is more useless than ever this year.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News this morning.
Happy Monday. Spring break now officially over for many of our local kids. Back to work, back to school. I'm Matt Lincoln.
I'm Ashley Glass. We have a lot to get to, including the new group eligible today to get the COVID vaccine. But let's start with Lauren in that Monday forecast. Hey.
Good morning, guys. It's a nice start out there. A little chilly. I know a lot of people enjoying that chill. I had my seat warmers on this morning as I made my way out the door. A look outside at the Juneau Pier. You can see those waves crashing ashore there. It was a little rough at the beach this past weekend. 56 degrees right now in Vero Beach. We're down to 52 in Indiantown and in Fort Pierce at 51 in Belle Glade. Same with Okeechobee. 56 degrees in Boynton Beach, 57 in Delray and Boca. So winds coming in out of the west this morning. They're relatively calm, so it's a nice start out there. Here's those current wind speeds. Only around 5 miles per hour to get the morning going. What we're looking at here is the hour by hour for Sebastian for the next 2 days. Temperatures today for you right around that low to mid 70 degree mark. We're still going to get nice and chilly again overnight. Everyone's temperatures will drop down towards the upper 50s and low 60s, so maybe not as cold as this morning, but still nice and cool out there to start off the day tomorrow. And then we'll be a little bit warmer into the afternoon on your Tuesday. We head towards the mid to upper 70s with a couple of spots hitting 80. High temperatures out there for us today. Like I mentioned, mid to upper 70s. Skies are going to be staying mostly clear through the afternoon. Might get a couple of clouds outside, but you'll notice there's not much green popping up on radar, so rain chances are staying very limited across the area for us. Tomorrow, same thing. This is 9:10 in the evening on your Tuesday, 9:15 there. Dealing with nice dry conditions outside. A closer look at the rest of your day and week is still ahead.
Lauren, thanks. Road closures now in place in downtown West Palm Beach ahead of the Palm Beach Boat Show. It starts on Thursday. Taking a look right now along Flagler Drive, where the road is closed in both directions between Okeechobee Boulevard and Banyan Boulevard. Also, portions of Clematis, Datura, Vernia, and Narcissus are also closed. So there are some alternate routes. If you're going downtown this morning, you can go Quadro Boulevard, also Olive Avenue, and also Dixie Highway. Southbound Flagler will reopen on March 30th. Northbound will be closed until April 6th.
We have some brand new information coming in this morning about the coronavirus vaccine made by AstraZeneca, just how effective it is.
Let's get right over to Kara Duffy, the new information that we're just learning. Kara?
Yeah, that AstraZeneca vaccine now one step closer to approval in the U.S. Overnight results from the U.S. study on it found it to be 79% effective in preventing symptomatic illness and 100% effective against severe disease and hospitalization. The study looked at results from 32,000 people. This comes after a bit of controversy surrounding this vaccine option. Several countries temporarily suspended the use of the AstraZeneca shot after reports of blood clots in some of the vaccinated people. The company behind the vaccine said an independent board also looked into it and found no safety concerns. One of the top investigators for the U.S. trial saying this new data we just got overnight validates the AstraZeneca vaccine, calling it a much-needed additional option. They feel confident in its protection against the virus. Ashley?
And the state's still moving in the right direction this morning. Millions more Floridians can get the COVID-19 vaccine today. People 50 and older can get the shot.
These changes are happening fast. And this, the latest move coming exactly 1 week after Governor DeSantis lowered the age eligibility from 65 to 60. The governor says the demand has just not been as high as the start of the vaccine rollout.
But as eligibility expands, that doesn't mean you'll be able to book an appointment easily. Let's go to CBS 12 News reporter Madeline Montgomery live in North Palm Beach to explain. Maddie?
You guys, the governor says that our state is relying on retail pharmacies like here at Publix to get the vaccine out, but good luck getting a vaccine. It can be a little tricky. Last week during Publix's open scheduling, all of Palm Beach County's appointments were booked in the first 10 minutes. And because teachers and school staff are still priority, the vaccine registration never opened up to non-educators. And while some states have created waiting lists and one central booking website for the coronavirus vaccine, Florida is not going to follow suit. Instead of the state managing the process, private partners are going to take the lead. And today's drop in age is only going to intensify the scramble to go out and get doses, in which people scour websites like Publix's site, Walmart, CVS, and even get into Facebook groups just trying to make an appointment. For now, live in North Palm Beach, Madeline Montgomery, CBS 12 News.
In 1 hour, less than 1 hour even, the Publix registration system opens up, Matt. It's a Monday, 7 a.m. You have the website queued up. What do we need to know?
Here we go. And if you're between 50 and 60 or 50 and 65, this might be the first time you're trying to get in the Publix website. So pharmacies are offering appointments today. They're for the Moderna vaccine starting at 7 this morning. That's a 2-dose vaccine. Those who are able to book an appointment will get their first shot either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of this week. Like Madeline mentioned, Publix is following the federal guidelines and prioritizing K through 12 grade teachers, school staff, and child care workers. And then once they all get their first shot there, other eligible groups will be able to book an appointment. Top right corner, COVID-19 vaccine. Then scroll down here and click on Florida. And then once you do that, you will be in the queue. But once again, wait till 7 o'clock. Doesn't really matter if you are logged in this early in the morning. Appointments can only be made online. We've posted all this information on our website, cbs12.com, if you need it. I want to show you this here. Spring breakers overrunning Miami Beach. Look at this. Leaders there weren't expecting this, certainly. An 8 p.m. curfew had to be established in Miami Beach and South Beach. And now that curfew has been extended all the way until April 12th. Miami Beach police made dozens of arrests over the weekend. Police had to use pepper balls to disperse some of the crowds. Coming up in a half hour, we'll have a full report on Miami Beach's state of emergency.
What a wild scene. 6:05 now, we have our eye on education. Concerns over the COVID slide are front and center right now as standardized testing is just weeks away now. By the COVID slide, we mean kids falling behind on their schoolwork because of virtual learning and other hassles that have come from this pandemic. So a senator from South Florida just sponsored a bill that would prevent students' test scores this year from counting against them when it comes to moving up a grade or even graduating. The idea has momentum too. It passed the Senate Education Committee with only one member voting no. This is something longtime local teacher Edith Pride's excited about. I asked her what it's been like trying to get her students ready for the tests.
This whole school year of logging in, logging out, coming in, coming out. Children miss a day here, they go virtual. When you go virtual, you go to another teacher. When you come back brick and mortar, you go back to your regular teacher. So all of that is just idiotic. It doesn't make sense to me.
Can you hear the frustration?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Edith tells me she thinks all kids have to be back to brick and mortar, all kids, before they can really be prepared for something like a standardized test. And the latest we've heard from the state, Matt, about 30% of kids statewide are still at home learning. In Palm Beach County, it's even more. 44% of kids are still virtual learning.
Now, what's important to remember here, too, is we're not just talking about seniors or juniors. Edith's an elementary school teacher. These are 3rd and 4th graders that have been bouncing around in and out.
It's a lot for these young kids, right? In 30 minutes to another angle to this story. Some families who've had their kids home all year virtual learning now have to send their kids back to a campus for these tests. It's creating a lot of stress. We're getting answers for them.
Looking forward to that. Also coming up on CBS 12 News this morning, protecting our kids at school. The CDC clarifying its 3 feet rule when our kids should actually be further away from their friends during the school day. Lauren?
It's a chilly start out there, Matt, waking up in the 50s this morning. We are going to see some changes, though, as we move through the rest of the week. I'm going to let you know when our temperatures are going to be warming back up. That's next.
And taking a live look right now out at Deerfield Beach, where we are not seeing those palm trees swaying too much this morning. Not a lot of wind. Slightly chilly, though. We got a lot more CBS 12 News this morning coming up after this.